Hello, I'm Maria Patel, Chief Data and Analytics Officer at HorizonCare. At HorizonCare, we're committed to building a trusted, governed data foundation that supports analytics, security, and compliance across the enterprise. A key part of that strategy is ensuring that our data classifications are accurate, consistent, and enforced everywhere our data lives. In this video, I'll walk you through how we're using Informatica's Cloud Data Governance and Catalog, CDGC, as our single source of truth for data classifications and governance policies. Together with Databricks, we're creating a unified governance framework where classifications defined in CDGC automatically drive security controls such as row filtering, masking, and access enforcement. And with the help of Infoverity, we've implemented an accelerator that keeps Databricks tags perfectly synchronized with CDGC classifications, ensuring consistency, reducing manual effort, and strengthening our overall security posture. Today, I'll walk through our approach to establishing CDGC as the authoritative source for data governance across the organization. First, we'll start with an overview of why centralized classification matters for security, compliance, and operational efficiency. Then, I'll outline the challenges we faced with inconsistent tagging, manual updates, and fragmented governance across platforms. Next, we'll explore how CDGC serves as our system of record for classifications, and how Databricks uses those classifications to enforce security controls. Finally, I'll walk through the accelerator developed with Infoverity that keeps Databricks tags in sync with CDGC, and I'll close with what's ahead for our governance roadmap. As the Chief Data and Analytics Officer, I lead our efforts to standardize data definitions, enforce governance policies, and ensure that sensitive data is consistently protected across all platforms. My team is responsible for maintaining our enterprise glossary, managing data classifications, and ensuring that governance rules flow seamlessly from CDGC into operational systems like Databricks. Our goal is to eliminate manual tagging, reduce inconsistencies, and ensure that every dataset, no matter where it lives, follows the same governance standards. By using CDGC as our source of truth, we ensure that our organization remains audit-ready, compliant, and aligned with best practice governance frameworks. We've partnered with Infoverity and Informatica to modernize and streamline our governance processes. Infoverity brings deep expertise in data governance strategy and implementation, helping us design a scalable model that fits our organization's needs. Informatica provides the technology foundation, specifically Cloud Data Governance and Catalog, CDGC, which allows us to define, classify, and govern data consistently across the enterprise. Together, this partnership has enabled us to automate classification workflows, reduce manual effort, and ensure that our governance policies are applied uniformly across platforms like Databricks. Like many organizations, we faced several challenges before centralizing governance in CDGC. Our data classifications were scattered across systems, with different teams applying their own tags and definitions. This led to inconsistent security enforcement, especially in Databricks, where tags drive row-level filtering and masking. Manual updates created delays and increased the risk of human error. When classifications changed in CDGC, those updates didn't automatically flow into Databricks, resulting in mismatches and potential compliance gaps. And without a clear lineage between classifications and downstream enforcement, it was difficult to demonstrate governance during audits. These challenges highlighted the need for a unified, automated approach to classification and tagging. To address these issues, we established CDGC as our authoritative system of record for all data classifications. In CDGC, we define business terms, assign classifications, and apply governance policies in a consistent, controlled manner. These classifications, such as PII, PHI, confidential, or internal, serve as the foundation for downstream security controls. By centralizing definitions and classifications in CDGC, we ensure that every dataset follows the same governance rules, regardless of where it is stored or processed. This approach reduces ambiguity, improves auditability, and ensures that our governance model is both scalable and sustainable. Informatica's Cloud Data Governance and Catalog provides the capabilities we need to manage classifications at scale. The glossary allows us to define and standardize business terms and classification levels. The catalog helps us discover and organize datasets across cloud and on-prem environments. Data quality rules ensure that classifications are applied correctly and consistently. And lineage gives us visibility into how classifications flow from CDGC into operational systems. Together, these capabilities ensure that our governance policies are not only documented, but actively enforced across the enterprise. Informatica's Intelligent Data Management Cloud, IDMC, provides the broader ecosystem that supports our governance strategy. CDGC gives us trusted, governed definitions and classifications. CDMP ensures that certified datasets are delivered securely to the right users. This integrated approach allows us to govern data end-to-end, from definition to delivery to protection. Once classifications are defined and certified in CDGC, they flow into the Databricks Lakehouse platform, where they drive security enforcement. Databricks uses tags to control row-level filtering, column-level masking, access permissions, and sensitive data handling. By ensuring that Databricks tags match CDGC classifications, we create a unified governance model where policies defined in CDGC are automatically enforced in Databricks. This alignment strengthens security, reduces manual work, and ensures consistent protection across the entire data lifecycle. At HorizonCare, protecting sensitive member data is a top priority, and access to that data is tightly controlled. For example, a typical business analyst does not have access to data that has been classified as protected health information or PHI. In Databricks, an attribute-based access policy is applied so that once data is tagged as PHI, access is automatically restricted, ensuring only authorized users can view or interact with that data. In this scenario, the pair_ID field contains social security numbers and must be treated as PHI. The first step in protecting this data is governance. Using Informatica Cloud Data Governance and Catalog, a PHI classification is applied to the pair_ID field. In many cases, this classification is applied automatically to Databricks by Infoverity's CAI-based accelerator. This accelerator runs as a cloud application integration process. It takes an export of classifications from CDGC, compares them to the tags that already exist in Databricks, and applies only what's new or changed. This keeps Databricks continuously aligned with CDGC without manual effort or duplicate tagging. As a result, sensitive data is identified early and governed consistently from the moment it enters HorizonCare's data ecosystem. Once classified, pair_ID is clearly established as sensitive data within the governance framework. That classification directly determines who can and cannot access it. Authorized users can clearly see that pair_ID has been classified as PHI, reinforcing confidence that sensitive fields are properly identified and protected. But classification alone isn't enough. Those classifications must also be enforced where the data is actually used, especially in analytics platforms like Databricks. Because the CAI accelerator continuously synchronizes CDGC classifications with Databricks tags, enforcement happens automatically. The accelerator runs on a daily schedule. When a classification is created, updated, or removed in CDGC, the corresponding tag in Databricks is updated automatically. This eliminates manual updates, reduces the risk of mismatched or outdated tags, and ensures governance policies are consistently enforced across platforms. Most importantly, it ensures that downstream security controls, such as masking and filtering, are always aligned with CDGC, allowing HorizonCare to protect sensitive PHI like social security numbers while still enabling trusted analytics. And when that same business analyst attempts to access the data after the CAI process is run, the pair_ID field is no longer visible. With the PHI tag enforced in Databricks, access is automatically restricted with an attribute-based access policy, without manual intervention, closing the loop from governance to enforcement. Thanks for joining me for this overview of how we're using CDGC as our source of truth for data governance, and how we're keeping Databricks tags synchronized through automation. Together, These capabilities help us maintain consistent governance, reduce manual effort, and ensure that our data remains secure, trusted, and ready for use across the organization.